It's great. Okay, so, man, you have been like knowing you and knowing like your life. You've been a part of like church. I think since before you were born.
Probably, yes. In the womb. In
Yeah,
my
like
mama's
in the
womb.
womb, and I know you have like a very strong like heritage with like the Wesleyan Church and all that. So can you talk us, talk us a little bit maybe about like that background and kind of like how that being connected like in the Wesleyan Church has kind of led you to being that Inspire, because you've been here for a while now too. So
Sure.
how did all that happen?
How did it all happen?
Yeah.
Well, I was born into a pastoral family, and my
Okay.
dad was pastoring in a rural area over by Merrill, and then we moved to the Grant area.
Where's Merrill?
Merrill, Michigan is kind of between here and Mount Pleasant, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
I'll take
so
that. Sorry.
almost center.
Major squirrel moment. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Almost
Yeah.
center of the mitten.
Okay,
So
gotcha, okay,
that's St.
yeah.
Louis, but anyway.
Right.
Yes.
Yep, been there.
So then when I was 2, he took a pastorate at Grant Wesleyan
Okay.
Church. And so so we were from in this area
Yeah.
and lived there for 9 years. Moved a few more times. And then when we got married, well, before we got married, when I graduated from college
Okay.
with a teaching degree, some people from the Grant Church
Yeah.
knew that I had a teaching degree and a job had opened up in this area. And
Okay.
so I applied and was hired at Grant Public Schools.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool.
Taught there for 3 years and then got married to Scott. Moved away, but God brought us back up
Okay.
in the area. And so, the Wesleyan Church is very near and dear to my heart.
Sure.
I love
Yeah.
our church.
Yeah.
And we had settled up back in Grant before our kids were born. And I was teaching in Grant, and Scott was teaching in the Kentwood area and
okay.
driving and just enjoying ministry.
Yeah.
We were involved heavily in worship ministry at Grant Wesleyan. And then there just came a season where God was saying, it's time to move. And I'm thinking, wait, I'm not a PK anymore.
I don't have to do this.
I have to move.
I settled.
I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But and so leaving a church that has been your home when you were younger, and then
Yeah.
then when I was single, and then married
Yeah,
and had our
right.
kids there, they were dedicated there. It was hard
Sure.
leaving, but it was clear that God had something different for us, and likely different for that church as well.
Yeah.
To step into some of those roles. And so we came, the girls were juniors in high school and the boys were 8th graders.
Okay.
And they just flourished. And we got involved first in worship. I got involved in worship.
Yeah.
And Scott got involved with youth. And God just really made it clear that this was where he wanted us and needed
Sure.
us. And I was still teaching. We both were teaching at the time,
Okay.
because by that time Scott had come to Grant to teach as
cool.
well.
Great. Yeah. Great.
And so, I just love serving, and
Yeah, you
and
do.
worship was where
Okay.
my sweet spot was. I
Sure.
love it. So,
That's so great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the story.
that's the story of how we got here and how we knew that God,
Yeah.
God definitely orchestrated it. And just
Right.
looking back now, and at our kids and how they're involved in ministry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it's-
great. Yeah. You guys are a very like musical family.
Yes, I grew up in a musical family.
Okay.
I'm the youngest of 4 girls, and so that was back in the day of a lot of solo pastors, and so you
Solo
did what needed
pastors
to be
and their
done.
families.
Right, you
Yeah,
did what
yeah,
needed to be
right,
done. My mom
right,
was
yeah.
pianist and then organist, and if there wasn't special music, girls, I'm just saying, so
Right now.
Yes, yes.
Did you ever have to like?
Yeah.
We were just put like on the spot.
Yeah, probably sometimes too. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, I need to do something
Right now.
Val's
Yes.
gonna sing a song for you right now.
Probably in those early, my dad would,
Yeah.
he would be a fan of that, but yeah. And I did have a music minor in college too.
Okay, that's
so
that's very
so
cool.
in fact, my first year teaching was
Yeah.
music.
Okay.
K through 8. So
K3.
yeah.
So is piano like your main like instrument, or do you have
Actually
other-
not.
No?
No. So that's kind of crazy, because I had
Yeah.
always thought that, I grew up singing
Yeah.
and grew up playing piano lessons and played oboe and band and different things. But I had always thought I can't play and sing at the same time for
Okay.
worship, because
Yeah.
I think I'd be too focused on the
like one or the other?
I'm making sure that I don't, make a mistake or
Sure,
something.
right.
But yeah, it was when there were 2 months that our son Chad was like an interim worship
Yeah.
pastor, worship leader here. And when Marta Johnson left for Florida that year, Chad was like, Mom, you play. And I was the mom that wouldn't let any of our kids quit piano lessons because they needed. So that's
stick through this, okay?
Yeah, so that's how God brought me into, and now I love playing. It's just,
Yeah.
So, and there was a period of time where when God was moving us from Grant to here, where I couldn't, it was a heavy time, and I couldn't sit down and play our piano at home. It just was too heavy, too hard. So when God gave me that gift back, I need to give it back to him.
That's so cool.
I love it.
That's so cool. Love that.